Hey everybody, it's Holly
And Heather.
and welcome to a Sunday edition. It's our first Everything Elvis
Post Elvis week.
post Elvis Week 2024. Y'all, it's taken us this long to recover, and I still don't think we are.
No.
But we're here to talk about it. I put in the description this is probably part one of our post Elvis Week series because there's a lot. There's a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about. So while everybody's joining on, tell us in the comments, did you follow along with us at Elvis Week and how did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
What were the highs and lows? We're going to try to do a little overview today. In the weeks coming, we've of course got Heather's Haul, and it was a big one this year, y'all. And I had a small one.
It wasn't too big.
Yeah, so Heather's Haul will be coming up. We'll try to go in depth a little bit more to the future of Graceland, some upcoming events that they're going to have. We might do that in a couple of weeks. But today, we're just going to try to hit the highlights. I mean, if we literally dissected everything that we did, we'd probably be here for 5 hours. So we're not going to
20-part series.
It would be. So we're not going to put you through that. But we are going to hit the highs and lows, maybe talk about some things we expected, some we didn't, if it was great, the things that were great. So I will say this as an overview, and I bet you'll agree.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably the most jam-packed, busiest, most things to do Elvis Week we've had, I feel like, in a while. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Well, I feel like the last couple of years have been, because as we always talk about, it's 9 days, which seems like 30 days.
Yes.
Because there is so much going on. But the last couple of years, they kind of do, all of the Elvis tribute artist stuff the first half of the week, and then more the Elvis focused stuff the second half. It's all Elvis focused, but I feel like last year and then this year they added even more events, like even more ETA events, like at night and late at night, and even more like, the movie screenings and like they've added so many more things, which is awesome because hello, we want Elvis 24/7. You can't get enough. But yeah, and then they've added like new exhibits. So even if you've been through the museums and stuff, you got to go back again because you got to see what's new.
Yes.
And so and then they added the new like archives tour this year. So it was like non-stop. And we just like touch the top layer. There are so many more things
and
around
that
Memphis.
We missed.
Around Memphis and events and things that we could have gone to. We did make our way to Dad's place to see Dwight, which we'll talk about. So that was awesome. But yeah, there were so many other things like going on that we just couldn't find any time in our schedule. Like we barely found time to eat.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that because that was a low light. Because we had one meal a day.
I'm kidding. And we're food people.
Yeah.
We are kind of foodies, but we're just food in general people.
Yeah, I like to eat.
And Heather's great though. She usually eats 1 meal a day. I'm a 3 meal a day. Or like Holly Norman has to have her set meals plus snacks.
But I feel like when I'm running around and I'm hustling and I'm sweating, I need food.
Yeah.
Like I need more food. Like if I only have 1 meal a day, it's usually a lot of times because I'm like just, like hanging out at home or whatever. I'm usually at least a 2 meal a day. I usually do breakfast and then I'll usually do like a late lunch into dinner. So
there was no time for that. I told Heather next year I'm going to have to pack per snacks and I brought some like Cliff bars and Lara bars and, all that healthy stuff thinking, we'll just have a quick bar. But then you get on vacation and you're like, do I want this a healthy bar or would I like a donut? And guess what? That donut's going to win out every time on vacay. So
yeah. So again, we're just going to kind of recap, highlight everything. Let us know if you, like Holly said, joined us. Let us know maybe what your favorite highlight or event or video was that we did. Also, did any of you do the virtual tour or the virtual Elvis Week? I would love to know how that was, what you thought about it. I know some people were commenting to Holly that they watched the virtual, but that they loved Holly and I's coverage as well, because it kind of gave them an opportunity to like watch the virtual, watch the event or whatever, and then they would come watch us and kind of like relive the event and talk about it and, hear our comments and kind of our, being their insights. So it was really cool.
Yeah, it was really good. And we didn't get to have the stuff we wanted to live stream about or talk about or film. I mean, there just wasn't enough time in the day, y'all. But anyway, let's go over maybe, I don't know. What do you want to go over first, Heath? I was going to maybe say, like, you kind of already touched on it, but it was a welcome addition, but it was really, really tiring. I adore the late night shows they've added. Heather and I are night owls anyway. It was a little hard when there was like a late night show and then an early bird conversation the next day. That was rough. That was a little bit rough, but it was well worth it. So I enjoyed all of the things. I really enjoyed the movie screenings they did. You know, Heather and I did our first movie screening, I want to say in 2020 when they did it like a little drive-in movie, and we watched Viva Las Vegas, and it was so cute. I wish they'd bring that back. Of course, it's scorching hot. They'd have to do it at like 10 p.m. at night with the breeze blowing, hopefully. But I really enjoyed the movies because I got to see 2 Elvis movies I had never seen. Heather got a refresher, and we had food, so it was great.
Yeah.
So that was a highlight. And of course, you know, Heather and I, big ETA fans. So anytime they add anything ETA wise, we are going to be there. We love it. Everything they've introduced in the last few years has been awesome. That a definite highlight for me. And then of course, I'll probably say, like I said before, my biggest highlight was the Inside the Archives tour, just because I love stuff like that anyway. I love behind the scenes stuff, especially with the archives. I don't know what it is about that, but I really, really enjoy it. And we got to hold the TCB ring, y'all. So, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, the only thing that'll be better, what would be the only, what would be better than that in your eyes? I don't know. I just can't even, guys, what do you think? Like, if you held the TCB ring, what would your next item you want to hold be?
Like maybe his international hotel belt, like the actual
one
belt,
that he wore all the time?
The actual gold belt, just because he wore that so much, and that was meant so much to him.
All right, here's a weird thing.
Maybe the sundial jumpsuit.
Really? Because that was his kind of favorite in later
just because
years?
that was the one he wore the most, and he wore towards the end. Trying to think what else. Maybe his sunglasses.
I would say I'd go more personal. I would even want maybe a brush or comb, or maybe like his reading glasses, because he read a ton, and I just feel like that's something he always had, probably at his bedside table, and was putting on and off, and he's combing his hair every day. So maybe that, and I would just rub it for DNA and hope I got a hair from it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Lord. So that would be it. That would probably be it for me. What do you guys think? I don't know.
Yeah. What would you like? Well, I mean, there's so many things.
I know.
There's so many things. But yeah, like Holly said, definitely one of the highlights this year was the Inside the Archives Ultimate VIP Tour. And I would highly suggest to any of you that are going to be going to Graceland, now that they've started this particular tour. I mean, before this, they had the UVIP tour, which is the one where you get the guided tour and you get to hold an artifact and take a photo. And so for those of you, especially if it's your first time going or one of your only times you're going to go for a while, I would definitely have recommended that tour. And now that they've added this one, the Inside the Archives, I would definitely do that one, because it's a very unique opportunity, and you literally get a tour guide that will take you in this room. They'll have these shelves set up, like Holly and I said, and I guess they interchange those artifacts, and they'll kind of talk about each of those and significance and everything. And then you'll move into the archives area where you'll meet some of the archivist team. Sometimes it might be Angie, sometimes it might be her other people, and they'll be kind of showing you and talking about what they're currently working on as far as projects. They'll answer questions about what they do on a day-to-day basis and things. And then the tour guide will actually take you through Graceland, and they'll kind of walk you room to room and give you little tidbits of info and stuff about each room and things, and the racquetball court, the trophy room, everything. And they'll take you into the museums even and go through the museums and talk about different things there. So it's a really great opportunity and just really immersive and just awesome. So I would highly recommend that. That was definitely a highlight, like Holly said, especially getting to hold the TCB ring. And another highlight this year, which I hope Angie will do again, maybe every Elvis week. But this year, Angie and her team put specific outfits of Elvis's
Yes.
in every single room of the mansion when you walked in.
Mhm.
And it was so awesome, especially the ones on the stairwell. Like when you walked into the front door of Graceland to do your tour this year, they had like a shirt, and then they had this mannequin standing on the like middle step, and it had this, which we've all seen Elvis in it, a blue, like, I don't know what it's made out of.
Like a cobalt blue, kind of like blouse.
Yeah,
material.
like shirt with belt and with the pants and everything. And it was just like, I mean, when you walk into Graceland, like we say, you always just have this like feeling of just Elvis's spirit and his presence and
feel
his energy
immediately.
Yes, and it's just like
But
overwhelming and emotional, especially if it's your first time. But when we walked in and that like mannequin was there, it was like breathtaking.
Well, it was like this. It was like if you walked in and you weren't expecting that. So it's like my eye didn't go directly to it. It's like they open the door and you walk in, and just out of the corner of your eye, it's almost like, oh my God, who's on that stairwell?
Yeah.
And for a minute, you're like, it's the ghost of Elvis. Like, what is going on? Like, it was spooky in like the best way possible.
It was so cool. Yeah.
It was magical.
Yeah. And all the outfits were cool because these were like not jumpsuits. This wasn't stage wear.
Yes.
This wasn't stage wear, which I thought was really incredible as well. Because, you think about like Graceland being Elvis's sanctuary, his safe place, where he was most happy and loved to be. And so to see these outfits that were like things that he wore maybe on a daily basis, something he wore to like, like if they were having a little party or get together at Graceland, one of the outfits that Angie and then put into the Jungle Room, she said was one of the outfits that Elvis wore during the last recordings, when they recorded in the Jungle Room. And so to see those pieces of clothing and stuff, and it's just so cool because you look at them and you're like, man, Elvis was such a trendsetter and such a fashionista and stylist. Like he was so ahead of his time.
You could wear them today.
He was so ahead of his time in every way. And yeah, when you're looking at these outfits and stuff, you're just like, man, this guy was cool.
Yeah,
this cow was cool. So that was just a treat that she did that this year and put those. And I know they've done that in years past, she said, but it had been a while since they had actually put, different outfits and stuff in the mansion. So hopefully that's something that they'll do again during Elvis week or birthday week and continue, because it's something to see.
Maybe birthday week they could put his winter attire. Like we could do winter attire and then summer attire in August. Like they could keep it going from here on out, because Lord knows he had enough clothes. I'm sure that they've got saved for that. And I don't. And you think you're like people that weren't there. You're kind of like, oh, okay, wow, there was an outfit sitting around. Great, like not a big deal. But when you go there and you see it, it's crazy how big of a deal it is. So that was like our day one. So it was like off and running. Highlight. Great start. And I would recommend that. Like I say, Heather and I usually tour the mansion later on in the week. But I'll tell you, good piece of advice. It actually set the tone for us. I feel like I almost enjoyed going to the mansion first.
Yes.
To kind of get my Elvis energy going and, pay your respects to the meditation garden and just kind of be immersed in his home. And then our friend Lynn has an awesome tradition that she does. And I was like, I don't know why Heather and I don't do this either, but every August 16th, she always does the vigil. Then she gets up early and does an early morning tour of Graceland. And like the great thing about the tour of Graceland is whatever time you go, you can go in and out all day. Like if you want to go grab some lunch and come back, I think until 5 or 6 when they close, you literally can stay there all day. And that's what she does. She goes early morning, does her tour, just hangs out. She goes and has lunch at Vernon's, she said, then comes back and spends the afternoon there, just kind of meandering and taking her time and sitting outside. And also great idea as well for those of you that are thinking about it. Don't think that you have to run, tour it real quick, and then you're out. You literally can stay there all day if you want to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do.
Yeah. And I would definitely suggest going back twice within that day. Because the first time, especially if it's your first time, you're going to be so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be so overwhelmed. Like you're going to be like trying to take it all in and just imagining Elvis like coming down those stairs and imagine him like sitting in the Jungle Room watching TV. And so you're going to want to go back so that you can probably actually take some pictures, because you can't do any video in the mansion, but you can take non-flash photography and get some great pictures. But you're definitely going to want to take pictures. And then, just kind of like, notice things that you didn't notice that first time.
Yeah, well, and we've been going for 10 years. So we've probably done close
30
to 30
or
tours.
more.
And I always see something different.
Uh-huh.
I feel like, was that there last year? Like, did they just put something out new? But I probably, knowing me, it's been there for 10 years, but you're just always noticing something new. And like Heather had a great idea one year, like we've always done our room pictures, but then like one year she literally just zoned in and took like literally a picture of like a chair leg or like a lampshade. And it was really cool to see like the details on all that stuff. So
yeah,
can't say enough about the tour.
No. So that was a great kickoff, like Holly said. Also, our highlights other than that, and then we'll look at some questions and comments because everybody's questioning and commenting. I love it. Thank you all so much. But yeah, all the ETA stuff was great again this year. What a great group of guys.
Oh, the best.
What a great group of guys.
The best.
I tell you, just when I think, and you guys know how much I love Dean Z, but just when I think that man cannot be any more talented or any more of an amazing human, he blows me away. Like,
and she's hard to impress, people. Y'all know this. Well,
yes.
If you don't, this one's hard to impress.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what, also, I love my Patrick Dunn as well. And he was on fire this year.
Best Elvis week yet.
Best Elvis week yet. I mean, not only was he a phenomenal host, which he always is. Whenever he hosts the events or the panels or the whatever, he does a great job. But he performed a lot this year and in different capacities. Like he didn't, he did do like the 70s show, the Salute to the 70s show, where he did his Elvis tribute. But he was a part of the Back to Memphis show with Andy Childs and Terry McJeffrey, and where they all just more so sang Elvis songs, but just as themselves. Patrick was just himself and just so great. He did so great. And then he was like one of the performers at the Fan Choice Awards.
Yep.
He sang the American Trilogy. It was just incredible. He did his opera thing at the Rock and the Jukebox. Yeah. So good. But yeah, the ETA stuff was so good this year. I really enjoyed all the different shows they had for them.
Yes.
So of course the contest, I guess we'll talk about that quickly. The contest was great. I thought that they had a really sensational group of 17 guys. Yep. Like I thought everybody did so well this year. It was stiff competition. Everybody gave it their all. So the contest was great. I thought the top 5 was spot on for what I had. I actually, for the first time ever, picked the top 5, but I thought they were all deserving. I thought they did a great job. I was really excited to see Emilio win. We know he was representing our backyard festival, the Nashville Elvis Festival.
Cheers.
So congratulations to him. We were a little disappointed that our beloved Alex Mitchell didn't get in there, but he did so great. Yes. And then we were really pulling for Riley Jenkins as well. He got the top 5. He didn't get into the top 3, but so fantastic as well. But just a really overall great contest. But I did like all the ETA stuff. They kind of split it this year. Instead of doing like an Ultimates Return concert where they all perform, they did like a Salute to the 50s where they let half the guys perform, and then a Salute to the 70s where they let the other half. So that was really nice. The Rock and the Jukebox show, again, I'm telling you all, if you're going to Elvis Week, because Holly always says this, and I think it's a great point. Like, we all love Elvis. We're at Elvis Week for Elvis. We can't get enough Elvis. But sometimes it's nice to have a little something different. Yes. A little something different to entertain you. And the Rock and the Jukebox is that. And that's the show that we tell you guys where the tribute artists and other entertainers that week pay tribute to other artists. And I'm telling you what, Jay Dupuis and Dean Z as the Blues Brothers, incredible.
We posted a video. I'm going to post some more.
Yeah, and then Holly had a highlight for sure.
I'm telling y'all, the Judds. Well, Heather and I both huge country music fans, especially me, big time. Love the Judds. Cheryl and Michelle just blew it out of the park. And like I say, I'm just a big fan of. I guess they call themselves down in Vegas. They call them impersonators. I know in Elvis, in the Elvis world, they're tribute artists. But I just love an impersonator show. I mean, when Heather and I have been to Vegas in the past, the first show I want to go see, it's not Celine Dion, it's not whoever. It is like, where's there a Legends impersonating show?
Yeah, Legends of Concert.
Legends of Concert, because Holly's going to be there, because I just adore it. So, and that they can compete with anything in Vegas, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was that good. So,
and it was so good to have Larry Strickland there this year. He was also a highlight of the week.
Yes, a highlight.
In so many ways. And that was super touching, because I'm telling you all, I think I said this on one of our videos, but I might have cried more at Elvis Week this year than I have in a long time. I don't know what it was, but every single show we went to, there was some moment or some point that somebody sang like a really touching song. They gave like a really emotional like speech about like their love of Elvis or their song or whatever, and I cried. And that was one of the moments.
At least once a day. At least once a day.
Like Holly and I were literally sitting there watching their Judd's tribute act, and Larry Strickland like was right behind us here. And like they of course recognized him in the audience and everything. And when they started singing Love Can Build a Bridge, I mean the entire crowd was just like bawling.
Boo-hooing. Boo-hooing.
So
like
super touching. But that's such a great show.
Yeah.
Definitely a highlight as well always. Dean Z's Unplugged are so great because again, that's kind of one of my favorites because like for those of us that are like Elvis fanatics, like we dig deep in that catalog. Like we all love the hits, we all love the, you know, popular songs that everybody hears and loves. But for those of us that really love those B-sides and those obscure and those, you know, whatever, that's kind of what Dean Z's Unplugged is. He always has great guests and he and them always sing some of those just awesome Elvis songs that you don't get to hear every single day unless you listen to Sirius Radio 24/7, which I almost do. But yeah,
and I'll say this for Heather is the major. I'm gonna call her an advanced Elvis fan.
Would you say an aficionado?
An aficionado. Like there's never a song. Like sometimes I hear a song and I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. And Heather's like, where have you been? Like I've yet to see a song that Heather has not heard of or been like, oh wow, I've never heard that. Now me on the other hand, I'm gonna go intermediate. Okay, I'm going to go intermediate. I don't listen to Elvis series 24/7 like some people, but that's what I love about Dean's show. Like sometimes he'll do a song and I'll be like, I have never heard this. Like, and then what does it do? As soon as we get done seeing Dean do it, I'll go crank it up on the radio to hear Elvis, do it. So it really brings you in, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced level. You know, Heather and I love it for different reasons. She just loved it because that's a familiar song to her. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this song existed, or I had no idea he sang this. So yeah. So that was all fantastic. As far as like the other shows and things, like Holly said, it was so great. And Holly was like, he was just adorable. It was so great to see Elvis on the big screen in King Creole and Loving You. Adorable, y'all. If you've not seen it, it's like baby Elvis.
It is little young Elvis. But, you know, and that's what I was telling Holly. I was like, you know, really, when you go back and like watch the movies and things, Elvis really did not get the credit that he deserved as an actor.
He had some raw talent that could have been cultivated.
He really did.
I mean, I'm not saying he was Marlon Brando in these things.
He could have been.
But he was young. What was he, early 20s, and had never had an acting lesson. I mean, he literally was just like, hey, I'm going to sing on the Louisiana Hayride. And then they're like, hey, go to Hollywood and make a movie. Like, you know, the rest of us, I would have been like, hello, kind sir. What, like, you know, but he was good.
Yeah, he was just, to me, he was a natural. He just really had great acting ability. He had the charm and the charisma, and of course, he looked fantastic on camera.
Yes, he did.
Like, you know, there's not a bad angle to Elvis. Yeah. Like, when you watch him in those movies and stuff, I don't care if he's in a fight scene. I don't care if he's, like, in a romantic scene or he's in a funny scene. If the camera's not even focused on him and he's just in the background doing a face, it doesn't matter. He still looks beautiful and fantastic. But yeah, he was just, when you go back and watch those movies and stuff, it would have just, you know, I know that was one of his aspirations, was to be an actor and to get a really good role and to be in a really good movie. And so it would have been nice to see because he really, really had some talent. So that was super fun. And a great part as well. Like, it's kind of fun to, like, you know, go see movies and stuff and see actually Elvis on the big screen. And like I said, the Memphis concert, Terry Mike and Andy Childs, always fantastic. If they're doing any shows during Elvis week, go see him. Terry Mike Jeffrey, his voice. And he tours around the U.S. y'all. So if you ever see a Terry Mike Jeffrey show near you, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Go. It was so good. And that show was so special because of the way Andy did it, because he brought out Gene Chrisman, and he played drums on several songs, and especially Suspicious Minds. Still killing it too, y'all. Still killing it. So good. Well, when you just think about like the history with Gene and the Memphis Boys and them, you know, playing on all of those iconic recordings at American Sound, it's just like, wow. And then he brought out Norbert Putnam, and he played as well, and he did so great. And then our little love, Glendy Harden, it was so wonderful to see him back at Elvis Week, and still crushing it on the piano.
I know.
And what a just like a musical genius.
Oh,
like how he's able to like arrange like
Mhm.
music and songs and like hear like his ear and everything.
Yeah.
Just incredible. So and Larry Strickland was a part of it. So just to have all of them that played with Elvis, you know,
Mhm.
together and on that stage was really a moment and a highlight. And then I have to say the final Elvis on the big screen, the back to
Yes.
the Back to Vegas show that they did, which again, they need to do these like all the time, every city across the country.
I will
They
go
need
every
to tour
day.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to tour it. And this is literally where they put Elvis like live on the big screen,
Mhm.
like during a concert or performance. This year it was his, you know, international opening Vegas, and they have a live band play, and then they have singers sing live, and they're able to literally take Elvis's vocals and mute all the original musicians and vocalists, and then have the live musicians and vocalists play with him, which is so cool. But to just like, once you've gone the whole week, you know, and you've seen like the ETAs and you've seen, you know, or heard recordings or whatever, that moment to see Elvis in his element on that big screen performing is just like mind blowing. I cannot even tell you all, like, he's not even really there, but the electricity and the
like
energy
yeah.
and the excitement in the audience and in yourself is just palpable. It is unreal. It was so amazing.
It was.
Like
it was.
every year it's good, but there was something about this year.
I
don't know if the crowd was just more on fire. I don't know if it was the performance they showed, because they've done this with like the Aloha special before. They've done it with the 68 comeback special before. But, you know, I think
there's something about him in Vegas, though. I mean, y'all,
I think that's what it is.
It's just the songs, too. Like, I love the Aloha from Hawaii, but that's a little bit more subdued. Elvis. That was like, I'm here, you know, for TV, and this is a little subdued. And I feel like in Vegas, it was no holds barred, because they're like, you got to wow this crowd, because we got to keep these gamblers.
It was Elvis,
you know,
like, I got to prove myself, and I'm going to show these people who I am and what I can do. And he left it all on that stage.
And what did he sing? Patch It Up.
I mean,
thank you.
I mean, he did all of them.
Yeah, all the
hits. Patch It Up. He did Poke Salad Annie. He did Suspicious Minds. I mean,
You Don't Have to Say You Love Me.
All the greats, and like his moves and his vocals and his performance. I mean, when you sit there and watch that, like it just solidifies that there is no one and never will be anyone like Elvis Presley.
I'm telling you what they need to do, Graceland. If I wish you were listening, you're not, but they should do an Elvis on tour and just go around the U.S. I bet Andy Childs and Six Wire would be up for it. And just have this in certain theaters, because, you know, they're always like, oh, we're trying to get a new generation of Elvis fans. Oh, we're trying to get younger people. I am telling you, if they would bring it to certain cities, I don't know how you'd market it towards younger people or whatever, but I'm telling you, if you could get their butts in those seats, I mean, maybe do it for free. I don't know, to where they would come.
I think they'd come, especially after this whole like Elvis movie and everything.
They would be fans for life. They would just need to see it one time. See this Vegas stuff one time, and I guarantee you, they'd be like, I'm booking my ticket for Elvis.
Well, it's like Jack Soden and them always say, you bring somebody to Elvis, and Elvis will do the rest.
And he sure would.
You know?
Yeah.
And because, I'm honestly, when you see him in that element and you see him in those performances, how you could leave there not saying, he is the undeniable king of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. Maybe they could get like Austin Butler to do just like a little opening thing for it or something.
And that would bring the little girls in. That'd bring the young ones. That'd bring this one in.
Which was also hilarious, because that was also a highlight. I loved the Fan Choice Awards.
I did too.
Like,
I thought they were great.
I thought it was such a great addition. So apparently this was something that they did back in 2003.
Okay.
I think everybody said was the last time they did kind of a little Fan Choice Awards type thing. But yeah, they did it this year, and I thought it was so great. Holly and I got all dressed up. It was so much fun. I would say most everybody was dressed up.
Everybody,
like dressed up. Like
dressed to the tens.
Yeah, everybody was looking great. And, you know, they had the different presenters. They had Jerry Schilling, Linda Thompson, Sam Thompson, Larry Strickland. So all of them, you know, came out and presented. The categories were just adorable. So I don't know if this is something they're going to do every year or continue. Maybe they will.
Well, you know,
and maybe they'll do different categories.
I just don't know. There's only so many categories. Yeah. Like, maybe if they could do the same categories but pull out the winner this year, where you had to pick, like, okay, this won last year, so take that out of the running. and to get a second choice. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I did almost
I'll be
faint.
there for
Speaking of Austin Butler, I did almost faint when he came on that screen. I literally did almost drop my phone. I was trying to video it for you guys because they kept talking about days leading up to it that there was a major surprise and that Graceland had pulled off something major and everything. And Holly and I literally were I was like, what if it's Austin Butler? What if he's coming to accept his award because he's going to win as the best portrayal of Elvis in a movie? And he didn't come, but they did get him to do that little video montage, and love him.
I know,
love him.
Such a great guy.
So great, so great. But eventually, I think he's going to make his way to Elvis Week.
I'm telling you, I'm putting it out there.
Way to Elvis Week. So yeah. So it was overall, there are so many highlights.
Oh,
so many great moments that happened. So many memorable performances and guests and things. The conversations were fantastic again this year. It was, always great to hear from all them. The Q&A with Jerry was great. Just to hear their memories and stuff. But let's look at some questions and comments.
Oh, good.
Because I feel like we've been
I know we have, but there's a lot to get through in a short amount of time.
You get excited. It's like reliving it all again, You're on such a high during Elvis Week, and then you come back and you crash, and you're like, wah, wah. And you're so sad that it's over. So now it's like reliving it. All right, let's see. Hello, Lisa. She's asking, where can she get the T-shirt with Elvis' record that me and you were wearing? So that was mine and Holly's T-shirts that we designed this year for our Everything Elvis goodie bag. So just go to Holly's website. Those are still available. Goodie bag's gone, sold out. And again, thank you all.
Yes.
So much for the love and the orders on the goodie bags. But go to hollysnorman.com/shop and you can get your T-shirt there. Pick your color.
I might can put the thing up.
Robin was also asking if you could still order the T-shirts.
Yes.
So a lot of you are asking about mine and Holly's T-shirts. Yes, that was our theme for this year. The legend began, the legend continues. And it was so appropriate. We nailed that.
It was good. It was good.
We nailed that logo in that T-shirt this year.
Okay, let me see if I might can put it up here. You're talking.
So yeah, you can go get those there. Hello, Linda. You're so welcome. She says, thank you for taking us through the videos. Hello, Sandra. She loved Elvis Week.
There it is. Screenshot it. There's the website.
Amazing. Hello, Deborah. She says she thinks Larry will be back every year.
I think he wants to be
special.
He said he loved it. I could tell he loved it. And, he needs this, y'all.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about Linda and Jerry is that they're from Memphis,
Yeah.
Memphis is a part of them. It means a lot to them. And so, it's like coming home for them.
Yeah, I was cracking up, y'all. Linda Thompson, because she doesn't look like it, but she said she loves the Cracker Barrel. She went probably at least twice, maybe 3 times while she was in Memphis. And I'm like,
and she actually ate catfish and turnip greens.
I'm proud. It makes me proud as a Southerner.
Let's see. A lot of people, Sarah, hello, are saying that they loved our Graceland After Dark.
Oh, good.
And the Vigil.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the Vigil, always a highlight. Always a highlight.
Absolutely. And this year we did it upright. It was so much fun. We had our lawn chairs with our friends and we just sat around and people watched and chit-chatted and listened to Elvis music. It was great.
Penny and some others are saying they enjoyed the bingo. Thank you. Bingo.
Heather's so proud that y'all enjoyed her bingo because she was like, that was a last minute thing, y'all. We went to we always go bingo because Heather and I love bingo.
And we won 3 times.
Yes, 3 times. But Heather was like, just for giggles, I'm just gonna Facebook Live for a few minutes and show them my bingo card and
Holly's like, Heather, don't video this. She's
45 minutes later, people are invested.
I was like, I'll just see if anybody tunes in. You guys did. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love that. Susan says that she watched King Creole too, just to get into the mood because we watched it and it was part of this year's event.
Oh, cute.
That's awesome. That's a great thing.
That is super cute.
Beth is saying we looked beautiful at the Fan Choice Awards.
Thank
you. It was fun to dress up.
It was.
I mean, Holly and I always kind of dress up for Elvis Week anyway. I mean, sometimes we'll wear our T-shirts and capris or something, but we like to dress up. Susan's saying she loved when Patrick sang Hurt. It was so good. She watched it multiple times. I know. Wasn't it great?
Yeah.
He was on, I'm telling you.
He was.
Hello, Beth. Thank you guys. A lot of you are asking about Dad. Dad made it.
Y'all.
Dad made it through the 2 weeks, and he did really well. Holly and I, of course, were super nervous, worried the whole week. We were keeping in constant contact with him morning and night, but he did well.
Yes.
He did really well.
Because he hadn't been on his own in a year. We left him alone for a little bit last August.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, so it'd been a year because we were with him every day of the week. So he made us very proud. Dad gaining his independence.
Yes.
He's gearing up for birthday week. He wants to go.
Yes, yes. Hello, Barbara. She says the performances in Vegas were so exciting. Nothing will ever compare. She might be old, but she saw him 14 times. Barbara, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. Because like I said, just seeing him on that big screen is so exhilarating. I can't even fathom. I would literally be one of those girls that was like crying and screaming in the audience and probably pass out.
Yeah.
I'd also be one of those that would be knocking people out to get to the front to get a scarf.
Yes, you would.
And Holly knows this.
There would be people. There would be casualties.
There'd be Elvis flying.
Yes. There'd be a crazed girl knocks out 5 fans.
Yes. A lot of people are saying that they absolutely love Dean Z. He was their favorite part. Deborah also says Cody Dayanath is on fire. Also, yes, he is. Yes. He was so great. He's one of the ones that made me cry during his final performance at the contest finals.
I know.
When he gave up his belt. We'll say belt instead of crown. Let's see. Oh, wonderful. Teresa says she saw Matt Stone last night and he was pretty awesome, and he's only 21. And she met his wife and baby also. He's a great ETA. Yes, he is.
He's one of my up and comers, y'all. I've got my own several this year, and he's one of them.
Summer is agreeing with us that they need to bring a 70s Elvis traveling tour to the big theaters with a band. Travel the U.S., people. We need to see Elvis. Yes. Let's see.
Yeah, some people are saying what they'd like to hold. Bonnie said she'd like to hold the dog tags. That's a good one too because it was close to his heart.
Yeah.
When he was in his service, so that's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's see. The comments are going by so fast I can't read them.
I know. Lulu loves your coffee cup. Oh, Holly and I got new coffee cups. We're gonna break out.
We're saving them for Heather's haul.
Yeah.
We got new coffee mugs and they're pretty awesome.
They are. We're super excited about them.
Yes. And another great highlight was meeting all of you guys. We met so many people and heard so many amazing stories from y'all. It was
so sweet.
Amazing.
So sweet.
That was definitely a highlight for sure.
Yeah. Our Elvis Besties, Everything Elvis group grew more and more this year as well.
It did.
We said, every year we feel like we see more and more of you at Elvis Week. We meet more and more of you at Elvis Week, and it's so wonderful. I know I saw on here a second ago, Jennifer from Tupelo. I saw you comment.
Hello.
It was great to meet you as well.
Yes.
Thank you for coming up to say hello.
Monica says she'd like to hold something of Gladys's. That's interesting. Yeah.
In the mansion, when Angie and them had the outfits, they had some of Gladys's dresses on the bed in her bedroom.
Cool. That was super cool.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that they loved our videos and our recaps. They felt like they were right there with us. Sweet.
Deborah says, Holly, you sound like you were from Texas. Well, I get that a lot. I get Texas and Georgia, but I am a
Georgia
born. Yeah,
no, I don't get Georgia from you.
Born and raised East Tennesseer, and as is Heather.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we grew up in the same household, but guess what we did? She's the oddball out on that instance because my whole family is way more country than I am. But then we got old city slicker Heather that just didn't get the accent.
Right. Tammy wants to know what you thought of King Creole.
Loved it. I had no idea, number one, that all those the soundtrack that some of the songs from the movie, I just assumed were like Elvis records. I had no idea they were movie soundtrack cuts. Like I say, I was so impressed with young Elvis because I'm more of a 70s girl, so I'm kind of seeing Elvis in his older year, not that he was old, but like in his 30s, 40s. Like, it was so refreshing to kind of see where it all started and to see him, because there's not much footage of him aside from a couple of TV appearances, maybe one or two from the Louisiana Hayride. I don't even know if there are any, but I feel like I've not seen a lot of like super young 20s Elvis. So it was great to see him at that time in his life. I really thought his acting was great. I really enjoyed the storyline of King Creole and stuff. And it had some big heavy hitters in it. Who was that guy? Was it Walter Matthau?
Walter Matthau.
I was like, dang, I didn't know he was in a movie with Elvis, so that was amazing.
And Elvis beat him up.
And then when the lady dies at the end, I'm like, I didn't think it was going to be that tragic, because everybody's always like, oh, his movies are all fluff. And I'm like, that was not fluff. She died. That was sad. So I loved it overall. And I'll tell you, it made me have a new a new appreciation, or maybe invigoration, because you know me, usually the 50s stuff, I'm like, that's just not my Elvis cup of tea. But all of his performances in King Creole and Loving You, they were so magnetic and so great. And it also made me have a bigger appreciation for all the ETAs when they do 50s Elvis. They are spot on, y'all. Like my love, Raleigh Jenkins, up and comer. Well, I mean, he's a professional already, but like, big things are in store for him this year. I can feel it. But he and the other guys that were doing 50s Elvis are so great at it. Like I was watching Elvis and I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. Like at one point I was like, he reminds me of Raleigh. Like in Loving You, I think. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it was amazing. And it was so good to, for the first time, see it on the big screen. So that was really a highlight.
Yeah, definitely. I know. And I told Holly what we should do, because Angie Marchese, during the archive show and tell, which was also great. I don't think we posted the pictures from that yet. No, we did. We did post the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we posted the pictures from that. But yeah, she's always great with her stories and her items that she brings to the show and tells. But she was talking about her and her husband, and they had literally done this like whole movie thing where they watched all of Elvis's movies one like every week, and then they ranked them, and then they kind of told what their favorite were, and you know, compared them or whatever. And I was like, Holly, we should do that eventually if we ever find time. We should like pick out a Elvis movie, or like even start with number one. You know, start with Loving Tender,
start with number
and like go from one all the way
Yeah.
through, and then you know like watch them and like kind of, you know,
Yeah. Well, we can make it interactive. Like we could tell you guys, what do you think? We'll tell you guys like which movie we're thinking about watching, and then we can all watch it. And then we'll all get on here and discuss it. That would be kind of fun. Holly and Heather's movie club, Elvis movie club. So let us know if you think that'd be fun. I think it would.
I think it would. Let's see. A lot of people are saying they loved our Graceland After Dark. That's one of our favorites as well.
Yes.
It's just a cool time. A cool time to tour around.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, the Candlelight Vigil is a must. So many of you are saying like you want to make it to the Candlelight Vigil eventually. Yeah, you got to go to Elvis Weekend. You got to experience the Candlelight Vigil for yourself. It is.
Yeah, and like
so
I say,
moving.
It's free. It doesn't cost anything. So if you're worried about that, just come to Memphis, and if you do one thing, do that, because it's very, very special.
Yes. Pamela says it was so good to see a lot of younger people attending Elvis Week. Agreed. I feel like the last couple of years, but especially this year, more and more of that younger generation was definitely there, and like dressed up. Holly and I kept seeing the cutest little girls that were probably, I don't know, in their like early 20s,
maybe,
and every single day they were dressed like in 50s.
Yes, they were decked out in vintage retro outfits and clothing, and I love that.
So you know, I think it's just such a great thing, because I know that, you know, like I feel like majority of people loved the Elvis movie, and they loved Austin Butler. Like I feel like it got really good feedback and response. I know that there was still some people that were like, you know, about it, or they were like, it wasn't historically exactly accurate and whatever. But I really do feel like that movie did its job, did what we all hoped it would do to, you know, keep Elvis out there and bring a whole new legion and generation of fans, you know, whether it be through Austin Butler, through that movie, but now they're discovering Elvis himself. And it's like Holly said, as great as Austin Butler was, you know, and as great as some of the ETAs are, there is no one like Elvis, and no one can come.
You're shocked.
Close.
Like if like as soon as the young girls, I'm sure, like, oh my gosh, Austin Butler, he looks so great, and the jumpsuits are amazing, and like his
and then you go see like the 60th comeback special.
Like,
you're like, holy crap!
What?
Yeah. So it's, you know, it's great that so many people are, you know, just like coming to Elvis.
Yes.
Let's see. A lot of people like the Fan Choice Awards. Oh my gosh, I'm right there with you, Lynette. She says the video at the end with Elvis and the fans, To the Wonder of You, made her cry. Me too. And I think I have that video. I just haven't posted it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, at the end of the Fan Choice Awards, if you're like, what are they talking about? At the end of the Fan Choice Awards, they had put together this like montage of Elvis with his fans throughout the years,
So
you know,
cute.
signing autographs or giving out scarves or whatever. And it was so touching. Again, that's one of the moments I cried. So touching.
Yeah.
But such a great way to end it. And that's kind of what Tom Brown said, because
Yes.
he was one of the hosts. And he was like, you know, we're going to leave you with a little montage of Elvis with the fans, because it is all about you, the fans. You know, you're what he loved and, you know, why he did what he did. So.
Yeah, that was really good.
Donna, yes, thank you so much. She says she hopes we enjoy our Elvis neck coolers. She said they used theirs at the Candlelight Vigil and it sure helped.
Yes.
We are so excited about them. We're definitely going to use them. Definitely going to use them, because it was hot as blue blazes.
Yes.
During Elvis week.
I think Heather's going to use hers all summer long, because she loves outdoors, outdoor work. So she loves to mow the lawn and weed eat. And I told her, I said, you need to stick that on, and you can not only show the neighbors your Elvis appreciation,
yes,
but stay cool.
Yes. Beth is saying it was her first time and it was overwhelming, but the best week ever. Aren't you hooked now, Beth? Now you got to come again. Yep. So many of you are saying that you've got your candles, your Essence of Elvis candles and bracelets that Holly and I designed and made, and you're saying you're loving them. That's awesome.
Yes.
So excited about that. And are those going to still be available?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, those are still available as well. So if you want like just the individual candles, the Essence of Elvis, the scent of Elvis, or our bracelet with the significant charms, you can still get those on the website as well. So while you're checking out the t-shirt, check out that.
Although, give me a minute, because I'm in goodie bag turmoil. If you've ordered your goodie bag, guys,
we're working on them.
We're working on them. Night and day. I even had Dad helping out. And he was super pumped.
Yeah.
To help out. So
yeah,
it's a family affair.
Once you get your goodie bag, you can thank Tony for the box. Dad put together your box.
Yes, he did really, really well.
But yeah, he's so excited. He's been really cute with the goodie bags. Like he's Holly,
because I'm doing them all at his house.
Yeah, and Holly said he's literally been going around and picking up every item and studying it and looking at it and being like, oh wow, this is cool. So he's like super excited for you all to get your goodie bags as well. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they loved all the videos and things. They got to catch up. Yes, and stay tuned, because I didn't this week, because I was literally like, I need some time to rest and catch up, and
I'm still exhausted.
Yeah, I had to go straight back to work and everything. So I didn't post any more videos and pictures this week, but I do still have quite a bit. So this week I'm going to try to gradually start scheduling and posting some things. So there's going to be more from Elvis Week coming, so stay tuned. A lot of people are asking what we think about the Presley for a Day. We're not going to talk about that today. We'll probably talk about that maybe next week.
Talk about what?
The Presley for a Day, the stuff that Joel announced. We're going to talk about that next week, because there were several cool and exciting things that Joel Weinshanker announced during Elvis Week this year.
And we want to really focus on that and kind of the future.
Yeah. So the road to the 50, road to the 50th, which is what they are calling it. So yeah, we're going to maybe talk about that next week. So we'll give you our thoughts on what that Presley for a Day is. And
someone, the comment just flew by, but somebody said they ordered their candle and hadn't gotten it yet. If you ordered it, like right before Elvis Week or while we were at Elvis Week, it is not made yet. It is not done. I'm slowly but surely, because I have to make each one. Everything's handmade. So they're all made by me, yours truly, because Heather doesn't know how to do it. I should teach her, shouldn't I? And she should help out. Don't you all agree? But well, we were in Memphis. Of course, I didn't even look at the orders and stuff. And right now I'm trying to get all these goodie bags that everyone pre-ordered, because we had people pre-order in like June. So I'm going to get those out. But yes, it will be coming. Never fear. And you can always message me if you're like worried, and I'll try, like, even the messages, I'm still trying to get through them, y'all. So I hope, please do not be offended if I have not returned your question or answered your message or email. I am working on it, but there was a lot.
Yes.
A lot to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Somebody's asking the scent of the candle. Well, It's a cute little story. You can actually go to the website and it will give you a detailed like scent notes on the candle. But we heard a story from Linda Thompson just talking about how Elvis always used Neutrogena soap and he loved a Neutrogena. He wore Brute, High Karate, all this. So I kind of took the scent notes from all of those things and combined them into this lovely, like, I call it a unisex scent. It's not too masculine, but it's not feminine. And it's just so refreshing. Like when I walked in the other day, because you have to let your candles cure. So I had a bunch that were curing while we were gone. And then like I opened them all up and I was like, it smells fantastic. So I'm very, very happy with it. It's my own special scent. I should have a copyright. I don't know if you can copyright a scent, but I should.
Thank you. Oh my God, I love Vula. She is me. She's like, I'm getting ready to see Cody Dayanath and Ben Thompson in 1 month, 3 days, 16 hours away, September 27th in OKC, my first time.
Well, you're going to be amazed.
Yeah.
That's 2 good ones. You're going to be amazed.
That's going to be a stunner.
Oh, and some people, I see a couple of comments flying by. The scavenger hunt. Yes, we're doing it. Everybody knows if you followed along with us and watched the videos and the posts and pictures and all that, we always assemble a cute little like 10 to 12 questionnaire scavenger hunt. All the answers can be found in our posts or videos. We always try to give you a heads up about a few of them. But I just hadn't had time I have to construct an email and put them all in there and blast it out to everybody. I will try to get that done this week. Heather's going to help me with that one, aren't you, Heather?
Yes, I am. For you guys, yes.
So hopefully, I'm going to say by the end of the week, I should do the email blast for the scavenger hunt. And then we've got a big prize palooza that we still haven't shown. We just haven't had time. So maybe we'll get that together too. It's a good one though.
Oh my God, I love Carrie. She's like, I bet Heather will be able to use one Elvis mug every day for 365 days and never use the same one.
She could.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. How many more did I get this year?
At least 5.
No.
Heather, you got that?
Well, not coffee mugs though. Glassware. Yeah, probably like 6 or 7.
Well, that one tumbler can be, it's hot or cold, so that's technically a coffee mug.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this one got tumblers. She got a wine tumbler. She got mugs. She got a glass. I mean, you name it, she got it. We're going to have to go through our cabinets.
Yes. Let's see.
Everybody, so many people on here have seen Elvis back in the day. That is amazing. I love that.
Carrie's asking, what did I get at John Daly's? Stay tuned for Heather's haul.
Yes.
I got some goodies.
Maybe we'll do that next week.
I got some goodies.
Maybe we'll do Heather's haul next week because, honey, we need a whole episode just on what all Heather got.
Oh, hey, Carol. It was so great to spend time with you. She says, I'm trying to drive and y'all chatterboxes are cracking me up. I had to stop to message you. Great seeing you at Elvis Week. I know.
Carol, what are you doing driving and texting? I'm glad you pulled over. Safety first. I know, we're just chattering away because there's so much to talk about. I'm telling you what.
I know, right?
Yes. Aw, Clarinda's drinking out of the same mug as me. I know, I've had this oldie but goodie for a few years. I love it. It's very large. Look how big that is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Elizabeth is saying that she hopes Riley will be at the birthday. She was sad that no family members were there for this celebration. True. It's always nice to have, family there. Like it was great, like we said, to have Jerry Schilling and Larry Geller and Linda and everybody there. But it is nice to have family members. So, maybe we'll see Riley. I know she's busy and I'm sure it's probably, I don't know, it's probably just really hard still for her right now.
Yeah, I think
really,
so.
really hard
really
emotionally and stuff to, come back there and deal with it. So hopefully we'll see her soon. I know she's doing the book tour, which is something we're also going to be talking about because we're going to, try to make that happen in October. That's when it's coming to Nashville and Memphis. So the book tour, it'll be great to see her then.
Norma loves our cooking shows. Are we going to have another one someday? Yes, we are.
We're probably going to have several actually coming up because I feel like close to the holidays is always a good time to do the Are You Hungry Tonight? And so probably, we'll definitely try to plan at least maybe a couple of those leading up to the holidays.
Find a really good holiday recipe that, or maybe look at you know, something that Elvis did around the holidays.
Yeah.
We'll try to
Oh,
do
there was
that.
actually, and I hope I kept it on my phone, because y'all, when I say that my phone literally went down numerous times during this Elvis week, because I have so many pictures and videos on my phone, first and foremost. And then I was taking so many pictures and videos this like Elvis week that my phone kept being like out of storage, out of storage. So Holly and I would have to scramble, and I would have to like send pictures and stuff to her. And then I would have to like delete, and then we'd have to upload and delete so I could open up space.
It was nuts.
It was nuts. So I literally, but here a while back, I screenshotted on my phone, because that's how I remember things, some like cool recipes that somebody had posted of things that Elvis like ate or loved. And I was like, oh, I should get Holly to make these.
Well,
So
I'm going to need you to look it up.
Yeah, I hope I've kept them.
And
I
just
might have had
text
to delete them.
You should just text it. As soon as
I
you
know.
screenshot them, just text them.
I know.
And then I'll hold on to them. Because my phone's okay, because y'all, we've said it before, the iPhone is not that great at pictures and videos. Heather has a Samsung, and it is so much better. So her phone's full, mine is not. Carmen is asking, is Hal Lansky still the owner of Lansky's? I believe so. I do believe his children are involved in the business as well, but every time we've been there the last couple of years, he is there chit-chatting it up and selling clothes and talking to Elvis fans. So I think it's a family affair, but he is still the owner. Yes. Let's see. Deborah's asking, how did the red velvet cake taste? Was that the one that was terrible?
The what now?
She's asking, how was the red velvet cake? I'm assuming, but I don't think we did one.
Yeah, we did. And Holly didn't. Something happened.
Wait, that wasn't the wedding cake, or was the wedding cake the red velvet? I thought the wedding cake was just white. I don't know that we did.
Oh,
we
didn't do the red velvet. I guess I'm thinking of the wedding cake. Yeah, the one that you like. Something happened with the.
I didn't realize you could over mix.
Yeah.
And this lady's directions were wrong. In my defense, they were wrong in this Elvis cookbook, because we were trying to recreate a mini version of Elvis and Priscilla's wedding cake. And I over mixed it, and I didn't know it. But Heather looked it up, like that releases gluten or something in it, and it makes it like that cake was heavier than lead.
Oh my gosh!
It was a 50-pound cake that was about this big,
you could
and
knock somebody out with it.
You could
forget a skillet. Just use that cake.
You totally could. Like, we took a bite, we're like, oh, like it was like chewing on a pencil eraser. It was so bad. So I didn't claim to be Martha Stewart.
I mean, it's better than I would have done. Mine would have been like.
I don't know. I feel like maybe yours. That is exactly what Heather's cake would turn out like.
Yes. Thank you so much for those of you that have sent stars. That is much appreciated. So and thank you guys. So many of you are giving such sweet comments about, like, you just loved everything Holly and I did, and you're so appreciative of the things we shared. You know, we just love doing it. It's, you know, it's a highlight of our Elvis week, and a great part is, you know, we literally sit there and plan, and we're like, you know, what do we think that our group would like to see, or, you know, what should we talk about, or what should we share, what should we post, what should we video? So, you know, we just like making you all a part of it.
And it's great. It's like therapeutic for us, because it's like you see a show, and now it's great because we'll usually see a bestie or something after the show. Well, what do we talk about? The show or what we just watched? And I'm like, we'll chit chat with them. But then it's also great to get on here with you guys and like chit chat, because, you know, you don't want to just like not talk about it, or just go back to the hotel room and be like,
Hey, Shelly, she's asking, so you might have missed it. She's asking, have all the orders for the goodie bags went out? No.
None have went out.
None have went out
Not
yet.
one.
Yeah, as we told you before Elvis week and weeks ago, none of the actual goodie bags will go out till probably around
September 15th is the date I have posted on the website, because I didn't want y'all to be worried. I'm going to try my darndest to get them out before then, but there are a lot, and they're very detailed. I mean, like each box is like crafted, and I want it to be special for each person that got it. So it's not an assembly line, y'all.
And it's just Holly and I making these things.
And Dad helping.
Yeah, mostly Holly making them. So literally it's like bracelet by bracelet, candle by candle, freshie by freshie. I mean, it's like a process. So I see more of you asking about when will the goodie bags go out. So stay tuned. They're going to start rolling out soon, but look at around September 15th.
Yeah, that they'll all be done.
Yeah, give us
I'm going to start. I do have enough that I think this first week, in a few days, I'll have a few mailed out. And I'm trying to go in order of like who ordered first. I'm just going with like the first order and going down. So we'll see.
Yes.
But hopefully, I think it'll send you like a little confirmation when I ship it, I think. If not, I will try to get on and say, hey, I just mailed your thing out. Maybe I can put Heather up to doing that. She can do that.
Yeah. Stephanie says she got the virtual tour and what she saw was fantastic. Amazing. I bet it was good. And did Patrick Dunn do a lot of little extra stuff on the virtual tour? I'm interested to know that.
I know. I wish they kind of offer like, they should offer a discounted virtual tour like after Elvis Week, or maybe like a discounted one for like if you attend. I don't know. They should give it to us for free. Like if you bought a package or something, I think they should say, hey, also here's the virtual tour, you know, when it's available a month after Elvis Week or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's only available for a few days. And it's like right after I get back, I wouldn't want to watch it just because I'm trying to recuperate. But like now, maybe later on in this week, I'd love to like go back and watch the virtual and see all of Patrick's shenanigans.
Yep. Some of you are asking about, again, how do you get in on the scavenger hunt? As long as Holly has your email.
Yes.
So if you haven't sent Holly your email, just private message her.
No, don't do that. No, go to the website and put it there. Because if you message me with it, it's just so hard for me to remember to do, because then I have to like get it off there and put it in. But if you just go to hollynorman.com, on the first page, it's like, give us your email, and that sends it right to me. So do that.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't do it on Facebook because, you know, there's scammers and stuff. So it's all through email because I want you to get it through an email. You can fill it out, and then you email it back to me, and then I take everybody's name that filled it out, and we put it in a big hat, and we draw for a prize. So it's free, it's easy, it's fun. But yeah, don't message me. And if you see anything on Facebook saying Holly says you've won this, it is not true. I will private message you and or email you, because I don't want, you know, the scammers to get in on this.
And speaking of, because I want to say it because otherwise I'll forget it next time. But it made me think about it when we were talking about Donna and her being so sweet to give us the little neck coolers. I have to say a huge thank you to several of you.
Yes.
To several of you that were so kind and generous to Holly and I. And you sent us money for meals. You gave us gift cards to get things. And that was so appreciated. So Susan and Greg Cotton, thank you. We appreciate it. Carol, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Andrea, you are amazing and wonderful. Roseanne and Tom, your gift card, we actually got the mugs that we're going to be sporting coming up soon with that. So did I leave anybody else out?
There's one other person, and I cannot think, but I'm going to find your name.
Yes.
I'm going to find your name.
And Cheryl, thank you for the hats.
Yes, I loved mine.
Thank you for the hats that you made us. Holly sported hers.
With Dwight, and I got my picture with him.
Yes.
It was so cute.
But thank you all so much.
Yes.
You did not have to do that, but the fact that you did is just shows
amazing.
Your kindness. It shows your Elvis generosity. So we appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so many of you gave us like little friendship bracelets and stuff. So
I know somebody was asking if I gave all mine out. Okay. I made like a bunch, and then I put them in little Ziploc bags, and I started out good. I had like 5 on my wrist, and I think I gave Heather some, and I did good giving those out. But then I was so exhausted, and there was so much to do, I would forget to like replenish my wrist. So it was my first attempt.
Yeah.
And I'll do better next year at giving them out. So, plus I should have made them all the same. I was like doing different ones, but there was like a certain one that everybody wanted, and I ran out of that like super quick. So I only made like 2 or 3 of them. So it's in my noggin for next year.
Thank you. Yes. And thank you, Carrie. Holly's always good about addressing this, but she's saying, be careful. I've been scammed by another company doing a giveaway.
Yes.
Someone went in their post and said that I'd won something, so I blocked the scammer. Yes.
I will never comment that you've won. Okay, so if you ever see a comment, even if it's got my name, my face, my likeness, because these scammers can just take my picture that's on the Facebook and put Holly Norman page or whatever. I will never ever do that. So if you ever see anything on a post of ours or a video that's commented like you won the giveaway, you won that, you did not.
Yeah.
I will email you or we'll announce it live.
Yeah.
Like when we do the scavenger hunt prize, we will literally have our bag. I'll have Heather draw. I will say your name and show it. And then that's how you know you've won. And then I will email you. So never, ever, ever will I comment.
Yeah. Well, and I will just say in general, be careful of those people, because I even noticed, like, I've been trying to go back this week and read comments and things on mine and Holly's videos, because I love to see what you guys say. I love to see what you liked or what you thought and everything, because it's interesting. I love everybody's opinion. But I even noticed, and I go through and try to block and delete them, but like there was like the post that we shared, the Austin video, there was some
it says Austin Butler Fan Club.
And he was like, oh, Austin wants to hear from you. Click this link. And I'm like, no. So I tried to go through and delete all of that and block it and everything. But yeah, there's so many scammers.
Well, and they even do ETAs. Like if we post something about Dean or David or whoever, it'll be like, Dean Z private page or David Lee private Facebook. That's not them, y'all. They're never going to do that. So beware. And if it's anything that's like, click this link, be leery. Be very leery.
Yes, be very leery. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you all so much. I feel like we've been on here forever.
We have, like over an hour. So
but it's just, get so excited and hyped up just reliving and talking about Elvis Week, because there was so much great stuff went on. We could talk about it for hours and hours and hours. But like we said, stay tuned. So in the coming weeks, we're going to be doing my haul.
Heather's haul.
You'll see what we brought. We're going to be diving more into, we'll still continue to talk about some Elvis, week stuff. So if you have any more questions about events or shows or whatever, let us know. But we'll be posting more videos and pictures. We're going to be talking about, the road to the 50th, what's coming up, some things that you can look forward to. Birthday celebration, it's coming up, y'all. January 8th through the 11th. It's going to be here before you know it, because I feel like we blinked and Elvis Week was here, and then we blinked and it was gone. But a lot of stuff coming up towards the end of the year as well, with the Riley book tour. Holly and I are hopefully going to be going to a Christmas show with Cody Danath. We're still putting it on our bucket list for 2025. It's going to be our road to Branson to Dean Z. Also, Dean Z is going to be doing his Christmas show at Graceland again this year. I'm going to look into making that work. So stay tuned for that. But a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot coming up. Scavenger hunt coming up. Maybe we'll show that prize pack too.
Yep, and maybe I'll cook a little something.
Now, a little Are You Hungry Tonight coming up. So if you need a recipe to wow your friends and a little Elvis story behind it,
don't come to us for a wow. I don't know about that.
It might be a wow. Just I've
got to redeem myself.
Not a good wow. Yeah. But again, thank you all so much. We appreciate every one of you. The time you spend on Sundays with us, the time you spent with us during Elvis Week. We can't thank you all enough for just indulging our passion and commenting, sharing, liking, giving stars. So you are so appreciated. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We're going to continue to rest up from Elvis Week, because I don't think you ever really get rested. All
right, y'all have a great weekend, and we will see you back very, very soon. Bye.